you mind that I'm drinking wine in front of you?
No, not at all. Enjoy.
Okay, Jermany Online.
Yes.
Welcome to Adultish Wines.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is so exciting, and I just saw you last night on
IG Live.
On our IG Live. That was my first IG Live.
I know. I'm so glad you got to do it with me for the first time.
I know. I don't think I've ever... Oh, wait. No, I have tuned in... The last Instagram Live I even tuned into was when who was battling during COVID? Ludacris and Nelly?
Oh, you talking about like the... Okay, I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, it was like a whole thing. I would just tune into that because, I lived in Los Angeles, so we were really like...
It was really...
shut down.
Intense there.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. It was interesting to be on because like a podcast, it's not live, which I don't know. It just felt naked a little bit.
It is, but it's cool though. I feel like I like it. I like to do it sometimes just because I feel like it gives people like the raw version of you. Like you can't edit it, right?
100%.
So it's just kind of like.
Yeah, that's what I mean about being a little naked.
Bam.
I was like, okay. Here we go. And it's saved in a reel for people to watch later. It's weird that how different content creators treat different avenues.
Right.
Like I have a podcast. I talk
all day,
right? All the time to random people.
I know, but it's different.
It's different.
Like right now, I'm like, this is my first podcast. I'm like kind of a little
That's
nervous.
so exciting.
I'm a little nervous.
Hopefully the first of many.
I
You
hope
have so much good stuff to share. I've been like surfing your Instagram ever since we met. I'm like, this girl is a lot. It's like you're doing a lot. So you're a lifestyle and travel content creator.
Yes.
Is that right?
Lifestyle and travel. Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I want to know how you got into that. But can you tell me a little bit about like, you have a husband and you have a dog, I know.
I just got a puppy.
Oh, just got a puppy.
Yes.
Okay,
in December.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Milo.
Okay.
It's my little fur baby. He's a Maltese.
Okay.
And
So tiny little guy.
5 pounds.
Oh my God. Is that as big as he's going to get?
Pretty much. Yeah. Maybe he might get to like 7 pounds. But yeah, we just got him
He's
around
cute.
Christmas. So we haven't had him that
Oh.
long. Yeah.
And you've been married?
Yes.
For how
almost
long?
2 years. Almost.
Okay.
This year will be 2 years in October.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How long were you dating before?
Oh gosh, 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So together for almost 10.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's a
Long
decade.
time. Yeah. It's a long time. It doesn't really feel like it's been that long though. It's strange.
Okay, well that's
It just
good.
went
That's
by, like so fast, I guess. I'm like, is it really? Sometimes I have to think about it like, I think it is about to be 10 years. It's wild actually.
And you just got back from Dubai.
I did. Had the
Can we
trip
get
of
into that a
lifetime.
little bit? Because from what I saw, it looked like you surprised your husband with the trip.
I did.
Which is so cute.
I did. It was on his bucket list, one of his bucket list places.
Okay.
And so I was like, you know what? For his next birthday, I want to do something big. So I saved up and got us tickets to go to Dubai. Everything was already taken care of. Hotel and tickets, like everything was taken care of. I just basically let him know like, hey, this is when we're going. It was a Christmas gift, but it was for his birthday.
Oh my God.
So for Christmas, that was his Christmas and his birthday gift because.
Yeah, next Christmas and next birthday.
Yeah, exactly. That was it was not a cheap trip.
Dubai is not like hopping down to
it's not
Cancun.
like- exactly.
Oh my God.
But it was nice. We had a great time.
Amazing. How long's the flight there? Like 19 hours?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 15 to 16 hours.
How long did it take you to adjust? Like, did you do a trick when you flew
No,
there?
I mean, it was a straight flight, first of all. So that was a lot because I just wanted to get there. I didn't want to do a bunch of like, I'm not, like when I travel, I don't like to do like all those connecting flights if I don't have to.
I don't like that either, yeah.
I don't like to do it. So I booked the straight flight for us and it was 15 hours going and about 16 coming back.
Okay.
So it was a really long flight, but I feel like it was comfortable. So it didn't feel too bad, but it was long. It was a long flight.
And then how many days were you there?
6 days.
Okay.
Which I felt like was enough time. But I never really adjusted to Dubai time. Like I feel like I was always on Houston time. So like I would be sleepy for, whenever it was daytime there.
Yeah, just exhausted.
Yeah. But I just basically took naps when I needed it and then got right back up because I never adjusted.
And it looked like, which maybe we have something in common right now, I don't know, but I'm doing this like move my body every day challenge. So I'm trying to move for at least 20 minutes every day, whether that's a walk, stretching, anything. And I'm on day 45 or 46.
Oh, cool.
But thank you. I know, in a row.
Yeah, like that's...
But again, some days have been stretching, which is like...
Yeah, like yoga and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But still, though, you made the commitment and you're taking the time to do it.
But I saw that on your Instagram. You were in Dubai, like, getting off the plane and working out.
Yes. Because here's the thing. So I typically work out anyways, like 4 to 5 days a week.
Okay.
Like my normal routine. So I didn't want to go there and just like completely not work out at all. So I did 3 days there. And it wasn't too bad because I was up anyways.
Right.
So
that probably helps.
Let me just work out.
Keep you on your schedule, feeling good. You're probably eating and drinking a lot.
I was like, you know what? I got to work out. So I bought 3 sets of workout clothes. I said, I'm going to wear every single set of workout clothes. And yeah, I stuck to it. I was proud of myself. This is the first time I've actually worked out that much on an actual trip. Like usually I might do 1 or 2 days or something. And then I'm just like, okay, whatever, I'm on vacation. But not anymore. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick to my
That's so
lifestyle.
impressive.
It's hard, but it's like, you know what? You can't just go on vacation and completely just forget everything. Like,
no, because then when you go back to the gym, it's lost.
Exactly.
And do you work out like on your own or do you have a trainer?
No, I just work out on my own.
See, that's impressive.
Cardio and weights, and I just switch back and forth. I mean, I follow fitness people on
I know, but
social
I
media.
still
Sometimes
can't like
I'll use their
grasp. I can't grasp what they're doing still. Like I'll do it, but it's just so much work. I can't follow along. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, tell me again. Someone needs to show me in person how to do this.
It's a little different. No, I've never had a trainer. Sometimes I'll go to like workout classes, or sometimes I even do YouTube. Like if I'm at home, sometimes I don't feel like driving to the gym, especially now we're like out in the suburbs. It takes a while to get to the gym. Like I'm just gonna do a YouTube workout, 30 minutes. It's kind of similar to what you're doing, like 20 minutes a day, just making sure you're actually moving your body.
Maybe because I would say that fitness hasn't been like a core part of my life until maybe like a couple years ago. Like I've never been so serious. I've always dabbled.
Right.
But maybe a couple years ago, it really started like becoming like my everyday or weekly routine. So maybe now I feel like I can digest those workouts.
There you go. Girl, you got it. You got it.
I'm really into Pilates right now though too.
You know what? I want to try Pilates. I feel like I've only done like maybe one time, and I think it was like a YouTube video. I don't think it was like an actual class.
Oh no, you got to get on a reformer.
Yeah,
you should come to Solid Core with me. I mean, you can go on your own too, but we can go together. It's so love the vibe. It's like dark, and then it's like this like kind of neon blue lighting. The music is good. It's like usually rapper R&B. Like these couple weeks it's Coachella themed. Okay, but it's just like upbeat, and the reformer, the machine is insane.
Wait, that's not the same as
It's a similar,
like the Legree or
similar piece of furniture. What am I trying to say?
Because I've been wanting to do that for a while.
Yeah. I think it's similar.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm always like interested in like challenging like workouts, things that I've never done before.
Yeah.
So I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Well, either try it on your own, or we can coordinate and do it together. But I love Solid Core. I'm like obsessed.
And how long
with
is it? Is it like
It's 50 minutes.
Okay, 50 minutes. Okay.
And I took a class on Monday, and I really almost cried.
I bet. I'm concerned.
I really almost cried. Today was better, but it's just like the abs for me. The obliques. Yeah, those are hard.
Okay,
but
we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think I would want to do it. I want to try it at least one time. Because I do like classes and things like that. So
give it a go.
Yeah.
I think you could do it, definitely. You seem more capable than me in that way. Okay, so we met at the social behavior
Women in Influence.
Yes. Event. Maybe, I don't know, a month ago. It was in March.
It was Women's History Month.
Women's History Month, yes. And it was we just connected, which I did with so many other women, and you invited me to be on your live, which we spoke about. Yes. And I did say this on your live last night too, that I said, I have this podcast, but also my separate is my personal. I'm having a hard time just doing it. And you were like, girl, you just got to do it.
You just got to do it.
And I think you influenced me a little bit in that way.
Really?
Yeah. Like in the event, I think in totality, it was just really encouraging and inspiring, and just seeing all these women there having a real job and doing social media, and just like the camaraderie, it was
just good energy.
Good energy. The panel was great. You were like, you just got to do it. And then Anna, I always mix up her name, but she works for social behavior. And she said the same thing. She's like, I've been seeing you on your podcast, like you're consistent, but what about your personal page? And I was like, girl, you call me out.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. But it was the two of you who were like, you can do it. And I was like, okay, fine. All right, I'm going to do it. So I started it kind of on a whim. I wish I would have like batched some content before because the pressure is on.
Yes.
To maintain the challenge. I'm posting every day.
I know. I've never done that. So kudos to you. I've never like posted consistently like every single day. Like for that long of a period of time.
Right. And I'm sure like I'm just doing this to kind of like put a little pressure on myself and get in a rhythm. Maybe it was a little too much pressure.
Yeah, that's
I'm a little impulsive sometimes.
That's a lot of pressure. But you're doing it, so hey.
But I'm doing it.
That's
so I want to hear a little bit about how you got started in, because you have a job as well in the day. Or
full-time.
Full-time. You work in healthcare, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm a full-time respiratory therapist, and then I do my content creation as my actual business, my side business. But originally when I started like my Instagram page, I didn't really know anything about like being a content creator. I didn't even really know it was a thing. I was just basically using my social media to like stay connected with like friends and family and just having a it was
Instagram just a normal Instagram page.
Right. It was just like to stay connected to people that I don't get to see every day is basically what it was. And then I started like posting more frequently, and then like smaller businesses started reaching out asking me like, hey, how much would you charge, to post my stuff on your page? I started growing my page and people started reaching out to me. And then also too, they just want to gift me, like do like giftings like, hey, can I send you this sweatshirt or this makeup or whatever? And then I started realizing, oh, I can monetize this. Like I can get paid to do this.
Wait, when did you start just getting people that reached? When was this?
This was years ago. God, it's
okay. So early on in the social media,
been about like 7 years now.
So you started just out of genuine connection with people.
Yes.
And people were just like, can I send you stuff?
Right. It was mainly, it was gifting originally, like first off.
Yeah.
Like with smaller like businesses, like people wanted me to like wear their t-shirt or, whatever. And I just was like, oh yeah, sure. I mean, hey, why not?
Why not?
Free clothes, right? But then I realized like, no, people are actually getting paid for this. So I don't want to do any more gifting stuff like that unless I really, really want it. And I was like, oh, I can monetize on this. So that's when I started like doing research about like, okay, how are people getting paid? I started following like other content creators that were doing it like constantly, that were taking it seriously, that were doing it full time, and trying to figure out like, hey, how can I make this work for me? Like really work for me. And then that's kind of how it started. And then I got into travel like very recently, like it's been about 2 years maybe, when I started seeing other content creators getting free trips and free hotels. And I was like, hold on, wait. I like to travel too. Let's see like what's happening with this. Like I know I can figure it out. Let me just figure out how it works. And ever since then, I've been able to monetize on the travel space as well.
No way. So 2 years for travel. How long ago, how many years ago did you start monetizing before the travel?
It's probably been about four maybe years, maybe 4 to 5 years probably.
Oh my God.
Losing track of time. It's just, honestly, just going by so fast.
Well,
But it's probably been about 4 years, 4 to 5 years.
So you did research and you were just looking into how other people were monetizing.
Yeah. I mean, I started listening to like podcasts. I started like Googling, like, what is it? Like, I was just trying to figure out like, what is going on? Like, why is it that people, like, how
because
are people making
these
money?
are things
like,
that you like doing anyway.
Yeah. So I'm like, if I like to take pictures, I've always been like a person that likes to take pictures, videos. Like, I've never really shied away from the camera.
Okay.
Or anything like that. So it was just like, if I'm doing it anyways, I need to figure out how I can make money and make it work like for my lifestyle. So it was a lot of like trial and error trying to figure it out. I'm still learning so much, honestly, especially getting into the travel space. It's completely different from just doing regular lifestyle. So I'm just constantly learning and trying to figure it out. Cause I'm like, if I see other people doing it, I know I can do it. I just got to figure out how.
Wow. I'm just I'm just I have similar feelings to what you've just described. Like if those people are doing it, I can do it.
Yeah.
But I don't do it because I don't know if it's like I've been calling it decision paralysis lately.
Okay.
Like I have so many things going on in my head, so many ideas, so many, even for the podcast, like guest ideas, topic ideas. But are they good enough? And is that going to work? And would they even want to come on the podcast? And then I don't.
You just
do
don't
it.
do it?
I've gotten so much better.
Right.
Obviously, it's been, I said last night, like a year of consistent episodes. Like I'm pretty over that. But like right now I'm like looking to reach out to podcast agencies and management companies. And I'm like, that's been on my list to do for a while because because why would they want to, you know what I mean? Like I get that
like kind of like imposter syndrome type thing.
Yeah, but you don't seem like you have that. You're like, no.
I don't know that I really have that, but of course I do overthink stuff. I mean, I feel like I'm a Virgo and we're overthinkers. But yeah, I don't think that's really like a huge thing for me. I feel like I have challenges in other areas probably. Now that I'm actually sitting here and thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I know. Like I just feel like, I don't know. I just be feeling like I know I can do it. Like I see the only thing is like, how do I do it? That's the thing I struggle with. Like how do I figure it out to put myself on a level that I want to be at? That's I feel like is the most challenging thing for me. Is like, how do I figure it out? That's what's going on in my head.
Offer,
how?
Right? Like, is it an ebook or training on?
I have a course and I have an ebook available. And I also have like a mini brand collaboration guide for other content creators, which is actually much more affordable if they want to start working with brands to help other people. Because I feel like I needed that, like, when I was trying to figure out so much stuff. Like, I had to invest in myself and buy courses and things like that from other content creators that were at a new level that I was trying to reach. And that I'm still, I mean, I always have people that I'm trying to, you know, levels that I'm trying to reach or people that I look up to that are higher up than me. And I think that that's what you should always have.
Yeah, because then you're going to be complacent.
Exactly. So I had to, like, invest in myself, and all of those things have helped me get like so much further. So I was like, you know what? I should put something out to help other people if they are serious about what it is that they want to do.
So you felt that like the courses, because I'll be, you know, scrolling through and I see all these like, you know, like link in my bio to help or for brands that work with you. Like those are for the most part legit and they actually offer really good advice.
They do. But it depends obviously on who it is. Like it took me a while to purchase courses because I had to make sure it was like a legit resource. So it would be somebody that I had been following probably for a while. They actually had like good testimonials, things that made me feel like, you know what, I'll invest my money with this person.
Yeah, you felt that they were real too.
Right, exactly.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
Wow.
A lot of time, effort, energy, money spent to help elevate where I am. But it's all been worth it, I think. And I haven't even reached like the level that I'm trying to get to is not like I haven't even reached that yet. Like
how exciting!
The sky is the limit. Like seriously, like
is your husband in the social media space or is he not?
No, he's not.
Okay,
he's not. Does your group of friends that are not involved in social media, which I'm sure you have some, no, not really.
No,
I don't really have any friends.
Wait. Talk to me.
No, I really don't. So I don't really have like a lot of friends.
Okay.
I have like 2 friends.
Okay.
And then my sister.
Okay.
And my sister is also a content creator. So we're in the same, you know, she does lifestyle and real estate. So her page is similar but different. And then my other friend, she is a hairstylist. So she does a little bit of social media. But
for her
not
business.
Like, right, just for her business. And then my other friend, he's not on social media at all.
Okay.
So I have a very small, tight-knit circle. So I don't really
Why
have
do you have
anyone.
Can we get into that? What do you have a small, tight-knit circle? Is it, because honestly, I have a friend of mine who says like, I just don't like people. Like, no offense. Like, you're cool. I consider you a friend-ish,
right.
But like, I don't really surround myself with people. I just like to be alone.
Yes.
And I think that's an interesting topic because that's okay.
Yes, that's very much me. So I don't know. I've never really been like a huge like people person.
Okay.
Now, as I've gotten a little bit older, I'm more open to, you know, being around people and things like that. And honestly, being a content creator, like being in this space has kind of forced me a little bit to like
at least be
around
social
people and to be social.
Yeah.
But internally, like who I am as a person, like I really love my alone time. And I'm not a very, I don't think I'm like a very like super trustworthy, like
you don't trust people.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm like very trusting. Like when it comes to people, I'm very much like I can have like associates and people that I, you know, hang out with, but not people I like really like hang out with, like that I would consider like friends.
Wow.
I've always been that way. Even in high school, I just had very very few friends. I don't know.
Okay. What was your thing in high school? Were you good at academics? Did you play sports? Were you on dance, cheer?
Well, I did track for a little while.
Okay. The javelin?
Did I? Huh?
The javelin?
No, I did like the
hurdles?
200. No, the 100 and the 200.
Okay, real quick. This is a side note, but I go to the track by my house sometimes and run, and sometimes they leave the hurdles out from their school, whatever.
And you just.
And I walked up to those recently. I mean, it's been a few times because I used to do the hurdles.
Oh wow! Okay.
This body
hard.
used to do the hurdles, and I walked up to those things and I was like,
"How did you do?
Yeah. How does one move?"
I don't know. No, I mean, I felt that way when I was in high school and I walked up to, I was like, okay, that's definitely not for me. Like, it's no way.
I mean, that is cheating death.
Like, no, absolutely not. I don't know how you ever did it, honestly, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I don't think I was like a star athlete in that way.
Still.
But like, I did them.
Absolutely
so
not.
funny. The things that like you do as a kid, which is kind of no worry sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I just never thought I was going to hit my face on that turf.
I mean, I don't even understand how you get over. I'm sure it's like a certain technique that people use to get over the. But I mean, those things are so high. It's no way. It's no way. Like, no, I just did the 100 and the 200, kept it real simple.
Okay.
And then I quit after not too much longer. I was like, okay, it's hot. My hair's sweating. This is not for me. Like, I'm a girly girl. Like,
okay. Are you from Houston?
Born and
You've been
raised.
here your whole life.
Yes,
okay.
I've never lived anywhere else, and I want to so bad.
Oh, but you travel enough. You get your...
I know, but it's just different. I just feel like,
yeah,
like I just like want to live somewhere else for maybe like 6 months, a year, just to try it out. And if things don't go great, then just come back to Houston. I really want to live in LA, actually.
Well, that's what I did from LA to here.
I know.
So during COVID, made that decision just to try something new. And when I told my sister I was moving, I said, I'm going to get an Airbnb for a couple months. Like, I'm going to put my stuff in storage. Well, it was already in storage because of moving out of my apartment. I was like, why not? I can just come back, And she's like, you're going to love it. Don't put your stuff in storage. Or don't get an Airbnb. You're going to love it. And I was
wait,
like,
is she here?
No, she's in LA.
Oh, she's in LA. So how did she know you were going to love it? How did she know?
Well, I think that she just knew. It was funny because she actually freaked out when I said I was moving. We're really close. Like, freaked out.
I bet.
Behaved badly. Apologized. But, she basically was like, you're going to love it. People are going to love you. Like, you need this change. Like, after,
Right.
And it was, right. And I think my whole life started when I moved here to Houston. Not that I'm encouraging you to move, but... the change, how do you do with change?
I'm not very good with change.
So I've never been good with change.
I'm not very good with change.
I like things the way they are.
Yes.
I like a plan, and I like a backup plan, and a backup plan.
Me too.
And so making a move when the world was really turned upside down, and like my family and friends were kind of turning upside down, it was really hard to make that decision, but it's paid off. And now I accept change way more easily.
I bet. Yeah,
so,
that's a big change. I feel like if you've never lived anywhere else, why not just live somewhere else?
Yeah.
Just for a little while and just see how it is. I don't know. The thing is, LA is so expensive. And I feel like I'm at a point in my life, like at a stage in my life where it's like, okay, it still has to make sense. Like, I'm not just gonna. So, I don't know. Maybe one day. Hopefully someday.
LA is great.
I love LA.
Okay, so you've been there.
Every chance I get.
Really?
Yes. The weather. Oh my gosh. I never want to leave when I go. Never.
What part of LA do you go to? The beach.
The beach.
Yeah. So people, when I move here, they're like, you don't miss the weather? I'm like, I lived in Santa Clarita suburb, the desert.
Oh, that's
like
different.
45 minutes away from the beach. But I didn't live at the beach in the beach weather.
Yeah, when you travel and you're a tourist, it's like you go to the nicest parts. So yeah, I'm definitely
you'd be paying a pretty penny to be living at the beach.
Yeah. So actually, I was looking for like work out there. So as a respiratory therapist, we can pretty much work anywhere.
Okay.
So when I graduated from school, I was trying to get a job out there, like in LA, because I was like, okay, this is my opportunity. Like I'm moving. If I get something, I'm leaving. But I never got anything in like LA like LA. It was always further out. And it's like, I want to be like in LA. If I can't work out there, it doesn't make sense for me to move and have to drive an hour to the area that I want to be in. So I never moved. I guess it wasn't, I don't know, maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Maybe not meant to be. Where's your second choice?
I don't have one.
Oh my God, it's LA or bust.
It's LA or Houston. I might as well just stay here. If I can't move to LA, what's the point? I don't know. I never thought about it, but
interesting.
I never thought about it. That's like, I feel like I might as well just stay in Houston if I can't live in LA.
Have you traveled anywhere besides LA that you've thought to yourself, I could see myself living here? I mean, like, I don't know, Dubai. Like, I know you've been to some places I've seen on your Instagram.
Some places. But I don't think anywhere was like, I felt like I could live there. Like, I'm trying to think. Chicago, New York, Miami. I can't. Puerto Rico, Mexico. Maybe Paris. Okay. Maybe. I enjoyed Paris a lot, and it felt very, I don't know. It felt kind of comfortable. But I don't think it was really, I don't know, maybe I was just on a high from being in Paris. Yeah. I don't know. It was beautiful. Like my bucket list place. So okay, maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I feel like if I can't live in LA, I'd probably just stay in Houston, honestly.
Well, you can just go to LA any chance you get.
I know, but it's not the same. And the thing is, too, the reason why I feel that way is because like when I go to LA, I like don't want to leave. Like I actually feel like sad leaving. And when I go to other places, even though I'm not ready to come back home, I might be ready to like go somewhere else. Like maybe like travel hop, but not necessarily come home. But for LA, it's like, no, I just literally don't want to leave
stay.
This place. Like stay here. Whatever.
That's kind of nice for someone who like, I was born and raised, I spent a few years in Washington State, but that's kind of nice for me to hear that like a tourist like feels not, I mean, you know, like you feel like that way.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's something in the air, I guess.
Something in that smog.
Something. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. But when I travel, I never want to come back home. Honestly, I'm always just like, I'm always sad when I have to come back home to Houston. I love Houston. Don't get me wrong. I love my city. I love being from here. But I don't know. It's just something else just pulling at me to just be somewhere else. I don't know how to describe it.
Did you travel as a child? Did your family travel much?
Not a lot. A little bit here and there. Like we went to like Disney. Okay. You know, nothing international. Or anything like
so
that.
The travel bug hit you later.
I think so. Yeah, I think it hit me later. As I got older, it was like, yeah, I definitely. I mean, I think, did we ever go anywhere else? No, just like San Antonio, like road trips mainly, not like taking flights to places. Okay.
So what motivates you to? Because we talked about how content creation is hard work, yes, time consuming, yes, effort. What motivates you to keep going with that as well as your full-time respiratory therapist job?
So what motivates me for content creation is like, I actually like really love it and enjoy it. And I feel like I'm trying to get away from my normal 9-to-5. Like my passion is not there. Okay. And when I say 9-to-5, it's really not a 9-to-5 because I only work 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts. Right. But when I'm at work, I'm thinking about creating content. I'm thinking about ideas. I'm on social media. Like I just really, really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So there's that part. I feel like I want to work for myself. I want to have my own business, which I have now, but I want it to be on another level. Yeah. And I want to have that freedom. Freedom is really what motivates me. The freedom to make my own schedule. Even if I know, like, as a business owner, I have to work 10 times harder. Yeah,
you're not sailing through life. It's still hard work.
But for me, the thing that motivates me the most is the freedom. Like, I want to be able to not have to put in PTO. I want to be able to, like, take trips with my family when I want to take it. Like, I want to have, like, that freedom that you can't get when you work for somebody else. You just can't. There are just certain things that are put in place and they say, hey, we need you to do this, this, and this for a paycheck, which is nothing wrong with that. Right. But I feel like for me, like there feels like there's something more. Like it constantly feels like something is missing and I already know what it is. I just have to figure out how to get there. Okay. So that's what motivates me the most. Like that freedom is, when I reach it, I know it's going to be nothing like it. Like it's just, I know it's possible. So
how do you balance at work thinking about this, like in your relationships thinking about, so because I'm kind of in a similar, I'm kind of always thinking about like, outfit ideas or things that I can post and how can I grow? And even if I'm not executing on them yet,
right.
like
it's
I'm kind of, my
thought,
mind
like,
is.
just constantly going.
Yeah. And balancing, your real life relationships and networking events and doing appearances like this. And
well, okay. So it's not too bad with the balance because I only work the 3 days a week.
Yeah, that is
12-hour
great.
shifts. So I have a lot of freedom on those other days.
Okay.
So I basically just schedule everything around my days that I'm off. That's really what, because since I work such long days, I typically can't really do anything on the days that I work at the hospital because I'm working a 12-hour shift. And when I get off, I'm exhausted. So that's pretty much how I balance. I just schedule everything on my days when I'm off. And sometimes I don't have as much to do. And sometimes I have a whole bunch of stuff to do. And it's like, it's okay. Because I see the goal and I want to reach it. And it's going to be okay. It's not going to be this way forever.
Right.
I know at one point it's going to come and I'm going to be able to quit my job or at least go part-time there and be able to do content creation full-time.
Do people at your job know you are a content creator?
Well, some people.
Okay.
Yeah, some people know. Some people don't.
And
I don't care either way.
Okay.
Whether they know or they don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do.
Okay. Some people at my job know. I'm in a corporate organization.
Okay.
So some people know.
And some people don't.
Some people don't, which it's not a secret, but I'm just I am worried.
You worried? No, what are you worried about?
I don't know, because some of the things that we talk about that I have on guests, in my mind, and I don't think anything's ever been wrong, but I feel like there's this nagging, scared feeling that I have all the time of someone from my human resources being like, I heard you talking about blowjobs, and that is not part of our company culture.
I could kind of see that.
I would choose, and my coworkers that do know this, I would choose my podcast over anything. That. I mean, no time soon do I plan on leaving that job. I'm just not ready.
Right. Yeah, same here.
But
yeah, I could see that.
I would choose. If they were what are you doing? I'd be like, I mean, this is my passion.
Right.
Then I have to go if you can't get on that same page. But
yeah. Okay, I could kind of see that being, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like it's the same for me. I don't feel like it's not a secret or anything.
Yeah.
It's just some people know and some people don't. It doesn't take much to my name is not common. So if you Google or whatever, or put my name in any type of social media, it's automatically going to pop up.
Yeah, that is a pretty name, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So it's not like it's a secret. It's just some people know and some people don't. I don't care either way, whether they know or they don't know. Kind of like with you, same thing. It's this is what it is. I'm a content creator.
It is what it is.
When it's your passion, it's just different. It's just different. You just, I don't know. I just feel like I just have so much more joy. When I'm not at my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's just different. I don't know how to describe it, but
no, I think
you know, you know.
Yeah. If you know, you know. I think that people have different things that, different strokes for different folks.
Right, exactly. Because some people are I could never do social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just it just feels normal to me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you earlier about, if you had any friends outside of social media, how you balance, not, kind of encroaching. For me, I'm trying to figure out, because I have most of my good friends are not they're not in the content creation space. Okay. And so I am constantly feeling am I going to be bothering them, annoying them? I'm taking a video, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Right. So that's just something I have to, and I know that they would support me.
Right.
I do not think for 1 second they'd be like, stop.
Right, exactly. You just want to be mindful of what you're doing, because not everybody needs to be on camera all the time. So for me, it's a little bit different, because my friends don't mind at all. Of course, my sister, she gets it. My best friend, she gets it. Now my guy friend, he's not on any social media. So I noticed, well, actually now that I'm thinking about it, I noticed when we hang out and stuff, I don't really post too much stuff when we're hanging out, just because I feel I don't know if he I never asked him. I know he doesn't care. Yeah. But it's just me being trying to be considerate. Right. Because not everybody wants to be, you know, shown on social media on camera all the time. Like if we're hanging out, I'm not gonna do a live with him like there or whatever, because it's just kind of like why would you like he's not super like
but like out to dinner
being,
with your group of friends, like
like if we might do like a little boomerang cheers or something like that. I might get the food or something, but I'm not gonna like overly. Like,
but if it's a brand deal that you have, like you're going to a restaurant to document, and review or talk about and post, like, do you say, like, hey, I have to go to this restaurant and do this?
Yeah, like, I'll let people know.
Okay, it's known.
Yeah. So that way they know, like, they can know what they're walking into.
Okay,
like, no,
that's
when
a
we
good
go,
idea.
I got to get all of my pictures, all of my video. The food going to be cold. It's not going to be...
Not the food's going to be cold.
Because, listen, this is what usually happens. Like, this has happened to me so many times. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Like... This is what it has to be, because I have to get the right angle. I have to get the right shot. So like even my husband, like he comes with me whenever I do like restaurant reviews and things like that, and he's completely fine with it because he knows what it is. Like, listen.
Well, one, he knows you enjoy it, and two, it's bringing you money.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just
it's your job,
but it's different from when we just go out just to go out.
Yeah,
like I'm probably still gonna take pictures of the food or whatever, but I'm not as like
you don't got to get the shot.
Yeah, like I'm not like pressured to like, you know, like really make sure like I might think something's good. It's like, oh no. Or it's like, did I get enough content? Because in my head, I'm like, I know I got some video and some pictures, but is it enough? I always like to get more than enough.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just different when you just go to actually have food and eat and whatever versus like a brand partnership. It's like, no, I got to make sure this is really good.
Okay, that's a good idea. Like if I start doing more of that kind of stuff, just letting my friends know.
Let them know like, hey, I got a partnership, whatever, you know, this date, are you available? And then they just tell me yes or no if they want to come. That way they kind of know. Like
expectations are there.
Yeah, like I got to get pictures. I got to get video. I got to get like, I need you to be my, you know, my videographer and my photographer for the day or whatever. So I just give them a heads up.
Okay. What is do people on social media, or do you ever feel this? Sounds like probably no in your real life, but do you feel like the perception of being an influencer or content creator are we at a switch for that soon? You know, like I feel like for a while influencer was like, oh my God, they're being an influencer on Instagram. Do you know? Like years ago.
Yes. Okay, so here's the thing. I think that I don't know that it'll ever be like where people don't have a negative, you know, like thought process when it comes to hearing the word influencer. I don't know that it'll ever be like anything where people don't like side eye you if you say like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm an influencer. Like I feel like you're always gonna get a side eye.
You're always gonna get a side eye.
I don't know. I mean, maybe things will change, but I feel like when you're an influencer, you like literally don't give a fuck. Like can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like that's the difference between us and them, right? As content creators and influencers, it's like if they give you this, like you literally don't care. Like you just don't, and you just can't. Like I feel like
you can't.
You like literally can't care. And when you don't care, it's probably like, okay, this is probably the profession for you. Because who's outside like
I got some growing to do.
People like walking by, you got your tripod set up, or you get like I take my light with me like everywhere. I have this huge. I have it with me now, of course. This huge little light.
It can't be big and huge if it's in that bag.
Well, I mean, it's pretty big. Like it's like almost like half the size of your iPhone.
Yeah.
But you snap it on, and it's super bright. Like it's bright as these lights. When I go out, I use that light, and it gives me beautiful lighting, and people are like all staring, wondering
like Jermany
what
is
going
here.
on. And I'm just like in my own little world, getting my selfie videos. I don't care. Listen, that's how it has to be. But I don't know that it's gonna change. I don't know, because I think people automatically have this negative thought process of like they don't understand like what it is. Like they really think you just posting pictures and looking pretty. Like they don't understand the ideas and the concepts that go into it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people even care to know.
I think there are people that care to know, and I think that there's not. And that's
okay, maybe
and I both. Think that like it's the people that don't care to know
are the ones that are going to be like side-eyeing you.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there are a lot of new things that are happening like in the social media industry.
Right.
That will kind of start to shape people's minds a little bit. But I don't know that it's ever just going to be a positive thing, you know?
I hope it is. And honestly, I'm saying that because I hope that I can get there too, because I am over 100% confident about my podcast and my content creation.
As you should be.
At Adultish Wines.
Yeah.
But I am so insecure about my personal content. And it's like the people, you know, I'm worried about what people are thinking, and my friends when I'm going out to eat with them, or the people on the sidewalk when I'm filming a thing, or the bright light. I am still worried about that. And I don't know where the difference is, but I know that, like you said, like, you have to not give a fuck, because I don't give a fuck about the podcast. Like,
right,
I care so much about the podcast,
right.
but I don't care what people say.
But
this is me. This is my
right.
podcast. This is, don't care what you say.
Exactly. But I mean, at the end of the day, we are still human. Like, just because we're influencers and we're on social media, like, we still have feelings. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, but I think the difference is, like, we kind of push past that to the point where it's like, you know what, I might still care a little bit, but I don't care enough to not do it, if that makes sense. So that's why I say, like, we really don't give a fuck. But we still have
at the end of the day, you can't.
Emotions,
like, you have to make
so it's
the
just
content.
Like, and then eventually, the more you do it, I feel like the more, you know, you kind of get used to it, and you just really aren't concerned. Like, it's literally like not even a thought in my mind when I pull my stuff out. Like, I'm serious. Like, my husband is like, she is always in her own little world. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Because guess what? This world is what's going to make me a millionaire. Like, I don't care about you. You can't, like, you just have to be in that space where it's like the goal. What's the end goal? What's motivating you? What are you thinking about? What do you want your life to look like? That's what you got to think about. You can't think about other people. You think about people, and I mean, it gets you nowhere.
I sent, calling myself out, I sent my friend a screen recording of a video that I posted today, which was like a documentation of my day yesterday. And I said, and she's so sweet. She's just always supporting me. She's a coworker, but also a friend, like good friend of mine. And she's just like rooting for me. And I was like, is this what you were talking about? Because she's like, P, I think people want to see like about your day. And I was like, but I'm not like an influencer. Like, I'm not doing cool stuff, you know? And she's like, right, but that's what we want to see. And I was like, okay. So I sent her a screen recording of it. And she's like, I love it. And I was like, you sure I won't be like laughed out of town? And she's like, P, like, what our other friend Gabby told you the other night. She goes, you have created a creative outlet. And not that we're jealous of that, but like that's amazing that you've created this outlet that you share with people. And we wish that we had that. We wish that we had something like that. Like, post the video.
Yes. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
You need people like that.
Yes. And it means,
you know, it means a lot.
It means a lot.
I don't think people realize like that support is everything, you know?
Yeah.
But that's good. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you have friends like that and people like that.
Yes, I do.
You need that support. And it's like I said, like I feel like it's not for everybody.
Right.
Creating content is not for everybody. I don't knock you if you don't want to do it.
Right.
But I think that there is a certain level of respect that I think people should have for content creators and people that do choose to do it. I think that, you know, you should just respect it.
Because at this point, it's just a job like anything else.
Exactly. That's what people don't understand. Like, it's literally a job. Like, it's a job.
It's a job.
They don't understand. Like, they just don't get it. But, you know, I think that
maybe it's not for them to understand then.
Maybe it's not for them to understand. But I think that the more that content creators kind of push past, like, those barriers and those challenges, things will slowly start to change. Because I mean, things have changed so much. Now they have entire agencies like for content creators. Before they didn't have that. Everybody was just doing everything on their own.
Right. So it is someone's job now to help an influencer or content creator.
And now
you're right.
Companies have like actual social media people that you reach out to, like PR and social media. Like if you like with these hotels, like when I reach out to these hotels, they have actual associates that work directly with the influencers. Like they have influencer media requests now that you like when you go to these hotel websites, like all of these things. So I feel like the changes, you know, they're starting to happen.
Okay.
But will we ever not get the side eye? I don't know.
You just got to get used to the side eye.
Yeah, you just get used to the side eye.
I got to get a little thicker skin.
Yeah, you just, you know, you get used to the side eye and eventually you won't care. But I think things are starting to change. Okay. For sure. And I love that. I think it's amazing because 10 years from now, who knows? The possibilities. Like, I'm telling you.
So with that said, do you make sure, because like, you know, Instagram and went out the other week, and then TikTok potentially being banned and this and that. Like,
gosh,
how do you make sure, and eventually wanting to leave your 9-to-5 job, how are you going to ensure your long-term success in this arena?
So I love Instagram. Instagram is my favorite platform, don't get me wrong. But I also have my own website, blog, and I build my email list, and that's how I connect with my audience, because Instagram is not really guaranteed. Like you said,
right.
Like, things shut down, things change. You know, TikTok might get banned. I'm on TikTok, not heavily, but I'm on TikTok. So I feel like as long as you have your own platform or evergreen, they call it an evergreen. As long as you have that and you can connect with the audience through that, then that's the safest thing. That's probably the best thing for you. You can't depend solely on just social media.
Right.
Because if it shuts down, what are you going to do? How are people going to connect with you?
I freak out every time I see like a new profile pop up that says like my previous page, like a big page, they'll say like my previous page was disabled. My heart drops into my vagina.
Me too.
I am like,
She said it's her
vagina. Oh my God. And
know,
like I have
terrifying.
2,000, I have 3,000 followers. And you have 50,000 close to, I think.
Terrifying.
And I'm like, and now thankful, I mean, I have a full podcast. It's on platforms.
Right,
but like,
right. So it's a little different.
But how would this is where I interact the most on Instagram.
I know, me too. Me too.
What
I know, it's terrifying.
Someone was trying to hack my account once and I was up in the middle of the night.
How did you know?
Oh my God. I got a notification in my email saying that they were like, they were trying to reset my password. And so it was like, confirm that this is you.
Okay.
And I was like, not me. So then they were like, like if it's not you, change your password immediately. But then I didn't know my current password. And so it was a whole.
God, I know that always happens to
and
me.
by
I'm like,
the way,
I don't know what my password is.
I don't know what my passwords. I don't know how I know the words to What's Your Fantasy backwards and frontwards, but
I can't remember a damn password.
What is happening in this life? Like, what is my brain attached to?
I know. It's everybody. I'm convinced.
It's wild.
I think it's everybody.
And you're not supposed to write your password down. You're not supposed to keep it in your
It's
phone.
like,
You're not supposed to store it. What are you supposed to do with it? You're supposed to have a different password for every single thing, too.
Which I'm just like, nobody has. Come on now. It can't be possible.
You can't get into my shit.
You just gotta constantly
my
change
identity
it.
was almost stolen
too. That's the thing.
With credit cards and bank accounts too.
Oh
yes,
gosh.
It was.
I know. I think about that too. I'm always terrified. I'm always praying like, God, please.
No. And so different avenues, having your own
like an evergreen
connection,
like a podcast,
evergreen
YouTube or a blog or something like that.
Okay, and emails. That's good.
Yeah, you have to build up your email list. Again, these are all things that I'm still like learning and trying to build up and all that stuff, but you got to start somewhere.
Right. Have you had any interactions with, and you don't need to name the company or the brand, but like where someone was trying to take a little bit of advantage of you and you had to
let me let you finish the question. Let me let you finish the question. I'm listening.
I'm scared.
No,
Do you not want me to answer the question?
No, go for it.
I'm saying like where maybe they've reached out to you and you've given your prices and they've said like, no, that's not going to work. Like we really want to just like, we want you to just be an affiliate or we just want to gift you. And like, how do you deal with that?
Okay.
At the stage you're in now, many years in the game.
Right. First of all, let me just say it happens all the time. I'm pretty sure I got an email today about that. And it's so irritating because this is the thing. I feel like, you know what? I'm just not going to work with you because you don't see clearly you don't see my value. Let's just start there.
Really?
But I will respond and let them know like, hey, at this, I always try to respond just because I feel like that's the most professional thing to do.
Yeah.
But I basically just let them know like, hey, this doesn't currently align with my brand at this time or whatever. I'll just let them know like, hey, I'm not going to do it, but in a professional way. Okay. Because I have built this platform and in order for me to sustain as a business, because I am a business and I put this in the email, in order to sustain as a business, then I have to work with brands that see my value and that, if we don't align on the same thing, then if anything changes in the future and you feel like you would be interested in working together, then please let me know. and I just keep it moving.
Okay.
That's the only thing you can do. But
is that why you were like reacting earlier? Because it happens all the time?
It happens all the time. It's like, no, first of all, I don't want any type of free gift, whatever. I'm not saying that I won't accept
if
gifting,
someone
but it
sends
has
something,
to be something that I feel like is going to be beneficial to me. If you want to just send me something like a PR package, then that's different.
Right.
But don't try to like sell it like, ooh, you know, we want to gift you and can you just post on your platform? No. Absolutely not. Because that means you want the attention of my audience.
Right.
Right? That's something that I monetize on. So why would I do that? That's stupid.
That is stupid.
That's so stupid. Like they don't realize they realize that you're a business, but they just try to get over on you because they want to see if they can.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, but you reached out to me. Like I didn't reach out to you.
Right.
So clearly you saw my value. You just wanted to see if you didn't have to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One thing that the women said on the panel at the event that we met at was, oh gosh, what did they say? Like sometimes it might be nice to give someone a little bit of a flavor or a sample of your work. Like if you're really interested in X brand.
I kind of remember a little bit.
Would you, and would you even like, maybe if it's a brand you really want, would you be kind of interested to like lower your prices a little bit? Or do you stand very firm in, this is my value, this is my business, this is what it costs no matter what kind of business or no matter who I'm working with?
So I stand firm, but I feel like there's so many different things that go into that when it comes to like deliverables and like what is it that you're asking for? Like how long do you like what's the usage? Like it's all of these like small little things. So like we can adjust some things, but you're gonna get less or you're not gonna be able to use it for as long or or I might have to give you a story instead of a post. Like it's so many different like little layers that go into price and stuff. So you just kind of gauge it based off of what you feel is
beneficial and fair.
Beneficial to you. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I do that.
Okay. I haven't had much. I was like, either she does not want me to ask this question, or she has something to say about it.
I have something to say, girl. I have something to say because I'm tired of this shit.
Oh my God, I'm sure. I haven't really been there yet. Like everyone I've dealt with so far, well, really primarily has been, I'm still small following. But now I'm only taking paid work. I'm only like,
right.
Period.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And
because you're trying to sustain like it's a full business.
Yeah.
You know, and it should be treated as such. And you don't like other businesses, they're not doing stuff for free.
Right.
How are they gonna pay their bills?
Yeah.
Content creators have bills to pay too.
Yeah, and for me I have like bills for my life and then I have bills from this job. This thing that I do.
It's a whole
You think this microphone paid for itself?
Exactly. Like we got the neon lights. Like,
thank you.
Cut the check. Cut the check. No, see, they not, and they know it. Girl,
thank you. And you know what? I had to have that neon sign too before I started season 3. I was like, I'm not starting until I get my neon sign.
And there you go.
Because it's just non-negotiable for me. So yeah,
exactly. Like this costs money. I don't know why it's like that.
Okay, you're inspiring me.
No, seriously, that's the one thing that I feel like. Well, one of the top things that I feel like is so frustrating as content creators. And I see other content creators talk about it all the time. Like I've had conversations with other content creators and they're like, girl, they trying to pay me like $200 and they want all this stuff. And I'm just like, and it's like, why are we going back and forth with these companies? It's like, well, other companies are willing to pay what we ask because they understand our value or pay above what, like above and beyond. And it's like, it's just crazy. It's crazy because I feel like everybody goes through it as content creators. Like it's not just me.
But like you said, like as even the side-eyeing to the influencers, like I probably don't think that's ever going to end. People are always just trying to
I don't think so.
Get the cheapest and
yeah, exactly. But that's where you have to kind of just like know what you bring to the table. You have to know your value because if you don't value yourself, nobody else will.
True.
They won't. They'll just keep trying to take advantage of you.
Okay, I know you have the ebook in the course. Can you give us one thing that you would recommend and one thing that you would recommend not to do? Like if you're starting off or trying to be in the content space, you're trying to, or maybe you've been in it for a while, but something that like I don't know if a trick, but something that really works for you.
Something that really works for me is consistency.
Okay.
Now, when I say consistency, that's different for different people depending on which stage in your life and content space that you're in. Like, say you do you have like a funny platform or whatever. And on Wild Out Wednesdays, you do something like super funny or whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Every Wednesday, you say that's what you're going to commit to, right?
Yeah.
You might only post once a week. Or you might only post 2 or 3 days a week. But on Wednesday, your audience is expecting that on Wednesday. Like on Wednesday, you do Wild Out Wednesdays. I feel like that's part of like being consistent. So like with me, I do my IG Tip Tuesday. Every Tuesday, when you come to my page, you know it's going to be some type of, it might not necessarily be a live, but it's going to be some type of tip, some type of thing to help you elevate as a creator or in the social media or digital landscape. Every Tuesday. When you come to my page, you know you'll see that. So I feel like being consistent with that, like over and over and over again, then people start to realize, okay, when I go to her page, I know this is what I'm going to see.
Yeah.
So I hope that makes sense.
No, it does. Because for me, so this is season 3 of the podcast. Every Thursday, I drop an episode, Wednesday at midnight.
Right. I remember you talking. Yeah.
And in season 1 and season 2, they would come out at different times. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it would be like Thursday at noon, Thursday at 3 p.m. We were working with a studio, and it was kind of like on their accord. And then season 2, I was like going through a rebrand and, was not educated on software and stuff. So it was just kind of like, and I would skip weeks. I would just like, like, it is what it is. I'm not getting paid for this. Da, da, da.
There you go.
But I found my audience has grown. Mm-hmm. And my audience sticks around, I think, because of consistency. They know I think so. I had a guest a few months ago at this point, but something happened with their episode. And I was up. It was I don't like to do someone who comes out that week. Like your episode will be coming out next Thursday, the 25th. My huge ass calendar over there.
Right? I love it.
So, but I don't like to do something the week of because something can go wrong. Mm-hmm. Something went wrong with that person's episode, and I had gained. She had let her followers know that she was doing this podcast, and I think 200 of her followers came over to my page, and they were excited and they were subscribing. Right. Mm-hmm. Something happened with that episode that I was doing that night. It was a storage thing on my computer. I was up all night. Oh, wow. Because I was going to get that episode out.
Right, exactly.
I was going to. And people that I would talk to and called for help, and they were like, well, at least you have the audio. Like, get the video later. And I was like, no. You don't
understand.
You don't understand. I'm due audio and video this time every week.
Exactly.
I want to make it happen.
Right.
And thankfully, I did. But I agree with you. Consistency is huge.
Because when I think about, like, the creators that I look up to, right? When I think about it, it's like, you know what? They are so consistent. Mm-hmm. Like even if they're not posting every single day, like they are making sure that you see them at some point within your week. Like they're going to show up.
Right.
For whatever it is that they have. They might, it might not be IG Tip Tuesday or anything like that, but they have certain things that they do and people come to their page specifically for that and they show up. Mm-hmm. It's because, like you said, like it's a job. Like you are showing up every single day to your regular 9 to 5.
Right.
You have to treat it as such.
Yeah. Unless you want it to just be a hobby and do it.
Unless you just want it to be a hobby.
When you want.
Right. Exactly. And that's different. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Okay. What is something that you've done that you've learned from? Like, do not do that again. Maybe it's lower your prices or work with brands that don't appreciate you or, I don't know, something that.
I'm trying to think. I think what not to do is don't try to be anybody else. Mm-hmm. Don't underestimate the value that you bring being just who you are.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people do value that, even though sometimes it seems like they don't.
Yeah.
Like, just be true to who you are. You don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. Just being your true authentic self is the best thing that you can do, because people realize, like, okay, that's not authentic. Like, they know.
I think from what I'm hearing from you is like, don't all of a sudden start doing something that is so out of character for you.
Exactly.
Because you're getting paid.
Right. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, then don't do it.
Right.
Just don't do it. Like, just don't do it. Trust me. You'll be happy that you didn't do it. Like, yeah. That's the only thing that I feel like is a big don't.
Okay. Has there been, and again, don't name the brand, but has there been a partnership or something that you did where you were like, yeah, I wish I wouldn't have done that? Or it's not my favorite work that I've done.
Maybe not my favorite work.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
so you just learn from it? You take those edits like, for yourself and move on?
It's like, no. I won't do that again. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's probably definitely that one.
That's how I feel about some dates I've been on. I'm like, I won't do that again.
No, seriously. Yeah, because I feel like you just kind of, you gotta kind of learn a little bit. And it's like, you know what?
You got to dip the toe in. You got to feel that it's not right. And then feel again because maybe it could be. And then you're like, I'm out.
Yeah. And you'll know. Your gut will tell you. It's never wrong. Your gut is never wrong. You're so
right.
Your gut is never wrong. Listen.
Why don't we learn that until later?
We ignore. I guess we ignore. I don't know. We ignore it, or we have like these outside opinions or of society, and we just kind of like get in our head, and then we think something is right when it's wrong, or something wrong when it's right, and then you end up looking crazy.
Messy.
I'm telling you, your gut is never wrong.
Then you end up looking crazy.
It's never wrong. You end up looking crazy. You really do.
Your gut is never
really
wrong.
Do. It's never wrong. Now, whether or not you choose to listen to it is your choice.
That's the thing is, like, for me, I just don't feel like I started listening to my gut until way later in my life.
I mean, it happens. I think that's probably most people.
Do you have memories, though, of, like, being in, I don't know, middle school and high school, and either it was your family or older, cousins or older friends, family members would just be like, "Oh, you're gonna find out when you're older," like or high school dramas, like leave it in high school. Once you get to college, once you get out, it's gonna be fine, and you don't hear it, and you don't care.
You don't hear it. You don't care, and you feel like the world is over.
It's ending.
And it's
already ended.
Exactly, it's ended, and nothing is right, and it's horrible, and you're not gonna survive. And I don't understand. Now that I look back, it's like, oh my gosh, that was so stupid.
So
Why did I even care?
And I remember trying to tell my niece this, like in middle school and high school. I'm like, I'm pretty cool, So like, listen to me, but like, really listen to me. I'm telling you, people told me this, and I didn't listen to them, and now I know. Listen to me.
Yep. It's
crazy.
Like
it's like a chemical imbalance.
Yeah, my mom is always like, just keep on living. Just keep on living. I guess that's what my granddad used to tell her. She's like, just keep on living. And now I'm getting older. I'm just like, girl,
just
you was
keep
right.
on living.
The longer you live, I'm telling you, it's just
I know, which is why I just love getting older. Because I just feel like
good. I mean, there's always you learn so much. Like you just get wiser and wiser.
I'm more comfortable with myself every day that passes.
No, that's definitely true. And I think for women especially.
Yeah.
Like, because we're just raised differently than boys, and we're like expected to kind of like be confined in this space of like, this is what you do as a girl, this is what you do as a woman, this is what you do as a wife, this is what you as a mother, and like all of these like labels. I don't know why it feels more pressing for women or little girls than little boys, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe I can only speak from a woman's standpoint.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and I feel like as we get older, then we become more,
in
tune with our bodies and things like that. And I feel like boys and men are way more in tune with their bodies much earlier.
I think they are, but because I think that there's boxes put around, I don't know, I haven't had much, like when I was little, I didn't have much, and I had 3 sisters. But I just feel like as you were saying that, I was thinking, boys are put into different labels and boxes too. Like, don't cry, you're not strong, you got to be a man, you got to be the man of the house, you always have to be the bigger person, the gentleman, and
that's true.
So
it's
like
different,
but it's like more like tough love, and we're more like you have to like go into this box,
right? Exactly.
Or something.
I don't know why. I it's just a society type thing,
just society. It's how we're taught.
It's just, and I feel like, as I get older as a woman, I definitely feel much more comfortable with myself. Like now when I think back, like when you were talking about it, when I think back of things from like when I was a teenager, just like, why did I even care about that shit? Like, it's so stupid. Like, why did I even care? Why did I even care? Like, gosh, if I knew then what I know now.
I know. And I just wish we could just a little bit.
And maybe if I even would have just listened, maybe
But no one will ever. No girl in their teenage years will listen to someone older than telling them, just wait. It's going to be fine. It's just
I don't know what it is. But it's just
I don't know what it is.
It's just a thing for some reason. I don't know.
It's a thing. Okay. I end the episode with a wine of the week every episode.
Okay.
What's been bugging you, bothering you?
Okay. I don't even think it's just of the week. It's just in general.
Okay.
I think. But I guess my wine of the week would be inconsiderate people. Okay. Inconsiderate, rude people with bad energy. I feel like I pick up on people's energy.
Yeah.
And I just don't like bad energy. Like, I just want, like, I feel like I have enough. We all have enough stuff going on. We all have our own issues. We already have, like, our negative thoughts as individuals. Mm-hmm. We don't need to add the bad energy to it. Like, just because you're having a bad day or a shitty day does not mean that you have to bring all of that negative, bad stuff into the space with other people.
Yeah.
Just take your ass somewhere else. That's how I feel.
Stay home.
Yeah, just stay home. Like, I feel like I pick up on people's energy, or people are just rude and inconsiderate. And it's like, I don't know what is happening in 2024. But I feel like it just gets worse every year.
Like strangers. You mean just out in the world.
Exactly. Just like I don't know. People just don't, I don't know. They have maybe it's because I'm a Southern girl. So Southern hospitality is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I just feel like people are just so rude. Like, you hold the door open, they don't say thank you.
I was going to say.
Slam in your face like, you see me right here. Like, why would you do
Sometimes,
that?
and then I'm like, oh, you're trying me, because what my instinct is to do is to say, thank you. You're welcome. Yes. But then I have to be like, okay, don't, because we don't need that energy either.
I know, right? It's like, you got to tell yourself, like,
oh my God.
Calm down. But seriously, I feel like I don't know what it is about the world. Like, it's just
people are on edge and really
that's what it is.
Selfish right now, and just like not opening their eyes and ears up to the world around them.
It's pretty bad, man.
Like,
that's definitely my wine of the week. Like, I just don't understand. Agree. Like, common courtesy. That's what it is. Common courtesy. People that don't have common courtesy, it's like, who raised you? Like, who raised you?
Oh my God, I know.
Because your parents did not do a good job, and they need to be slapped. Because this is not okay. Like, I feel like it's not even that you have to be nice to people. Not even just, you don't have to be nice.
You don't have to go out of your way.
Just common courtesy.
Yeah. Something recently that I've been noticing is elevator etiquette.
Oh.
Common courtesy.
Okay.
Like, okay, so if the elevator opens, you need to wait for the people to come out.
Yes.
Before you go in.
Which you would think is common sense.
I don't know. I don't know another way. I don't know another way to get in the elevator if there's people in there. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes, like, yeah, no.
Pause. Wait. Exit. Proceed.
Yes. I agree. I agree.
And I will just stand there and I'm like, oh my, I watch it happen. I'm like, you guys, it's traffic collision in the elevator. What are you doing?
I don't understand. Or, like, you know what else irritates me? Those people that are like, okay, there's this much space, right, to get by. Instead of saying, excuse me, they just say, sorry, and just go by. Have you seen people do that? It's so irritating.
Like they're bumping you?
Right. Like, they're just like, or they're not bumping you, but they're like really close to you. Like, they're trying to get by. And instead of saying, excuse me, they just say, sorry. And I don't understand, like, just say, excuse me. Like, again, common courtesy, but people, I'm telling you, it's different now. It's different now. I don't know. I know as I've gotten older, it makes me feel like I'm old, right? Because I'm like, what is wrong with this world, these children, whatever? And it's like, it makes me feel like I'm so old, but I'm noticing it more and more. And I guess maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know what's happening.
That
but I
is
just feel
so
like it's
funny.
Like, I don't know what it is. Less common courtesy than ever before I've ever.
Okay, for me, it's the people. I'm gonna sound like an 89-year-old woman.
It's okay, girl. I sound like one too sometimes.
It's the people who are driving too damn fast in neighborhoods.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to say that. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You do sound like, but it's okay because we all have our moments of things that we sound like at 9.
There are kids around.
You're right. That's true. That's very.
Okay, so where I live has my driveway is like there's a sidewalk and then it's my driveway and then it's the street.
Uh-huh.
And people pull in and out of my little alleyway, not just my neighbors that live here in my apartment. They will turn in so fast. And there's kids on their little scooters and bikes that parents are letting them go 5 feet ahead.
Right.
And you need to pause.
You're right.
And I sound like an 89-year-old woman, but guess what?
It's the truth.
You're going to accidentally hit somebody.
It's the truth.
And it's going to be a terrible situation.
No, I agree with that.
But yeah, it does make me, every time I'm like, slow down in my head. I'm like, oh my God, I'm my grandma. I'm 34.
But that's a real thing, though. It's like, why are you driving so fast? No, you know what makes me feel old? Like when I'm out somewhere, right? When I'm out somewhere and I see like a young, like, I don't know, like like a Gen Z or whatever. Is that what they call them, Gen Z?
Yeah.
And they have like no clothes on, right? And it's cold. And I'm just like, she gonna catch a cold. She gonna be sick in the morning. Why she ain't got no clothes on? And it makes me feel so old because I remember being that young girl and I was like, I just want to look cute. I know it's cold outside, but guess what? I'm wearing this little mini skirt, this mini dress
with
that's
these
big
heels.
And who cares? And it's just so funny because now I'm older and it's like, you know what? I don't feel like wearing no heels. My feet gonna hurt. I'm wearing tennis shoes. I don't care. And I'm putting a jacket on. I'm find a jacket that fits with my outfit because I'm not about to be cold and I'm not getting sick the next day. And it's so funny because I see him and I be like, she gonna be sick. She gonna be
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
It makes me feel so old. But I'm so passionate about it and it's so true. Oh my gosh. Seriously.
That's funny.
I know, it makes me feel
I've looked at them and just been like, all right, girl, rock that because you're not going to have that body for long. You know what I'm saying? True. But I've never thought about you're going to be sick,
only
which is
when
so
it's
true.
Only
No,
when it's cold
so true.
outside. Like, only when it's cold outside. Other times, if it's hot, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Show the body off, right?
So funny.
But if it's like cold outside and they have like no jacket on, like, you know, it's the same thing with people and their babies. Like when it be cold, I be like, why they ain't got no shoes on that baby? Or why they ain't got no hat on that baby?
Right.
Like, why? I don't understand. But anyways, girl, I could go on. I could go on and on. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, why they ain't got no shoes on that baby? Like something like.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I feel old. But I just feel like,
but we just know better now.
Yeah, that's
we're
what
actually
it is.
people in the right.
Yes, I think so.
I think so too. That is so funny. Okay. Where can my listeners find you on your socials and your website and all of that stuff?
Okay, so all of my socials, everything online is Jermany online. That's Jermany with the J.
Okay.
Because, you know, I can't have a G, right? I just have to have a J to be different.
Yeah. So. No, I love it.
No, so Jermany online, that's all of my platforms.
Okay.
TikTok, Instagram. My website and blog is jermanyonline.com.
Okay.
So yeah, that's any platform that I'm on
there.
Is Instagram.
Okay,
I'm very active on Instagram. I'm also on YouTube. I'm new to the YouTube space. I'm a new YouTube girly.
Okay.
So all the subscribers.
Yeah.
You know, I need all the support I can get on
love.
YouTube. It's
very,
me
too.
New
it's
for
new.
Me. It's very new. So. But
I love YouTube though because it's been around forever.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going anywhere.
I don't think it is either. Definitely not. I don't think it's ever like too late to hop on YouTube. Like if it's something that you desire to do. I mean, with anything, it's never too late. But I definitely don't think YouTube is going anywhere. So I'm late to the game a little bit-ish, but gotta start somewhere. I love it. Well, I can't wait to see where you go from here and the places you go, and excited to connect with you. And I am too. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
This was fun. My first podcast.
Not too bad, right?
No, not bad at all.
Okay, good. This will be the best one. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's the neon sign for me.
There you go. Seriously.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Winers, love y'all, and we'll see you next Thursday. Bye.